What is up, YouTube? I hope y'all having a wonderful day, because I sure have. Um, so for the first Bible verse, it is Proverbs 21:17. He that loveth pleasure shall be a poor man. He that loveth wine and oil shall not be rich. So I'm thinking alcohol when it comes to he that loveth wine shall not be rich. But it says wine and oil, but basically love money. The love of money and alcohol should not be rich. I found that interesting. And he that loveth pleasure should be a poor man. I find pleasure within the purpose and suffering. So I don't really like sit down and watching YouTube and give it into instant gratification dopamine. Essentially, I love suffering for long-term gratification. So running those 10 miles or running or going to the gym and working out. I mean, if you just constantly keep running towards that pain and suffering of going to work out, even though you don't feel like it, and pushing yourself to your limits, you'll be growing. You won't make growth within the first day or like a week, but you'll find growth within a few months or years down the line. It's all about the consistency and running towards the non-pleasure and the suffering. Okay. For the quote of the day, it is harder to unlearn a bad habit than it is to learn a new one. First one that I think of uh, is, well, my previous porn addiction. I don't consider myself addicted to porn because I haven't done that in over a month. But for me, for the past, I'm 21 years old now. From whenever I was like 12, 13, I'd always had that problem, right? For those, however long, how many years that is, 8, 9. I'd always had that problem, and I never realized that it was actually a problem. I always thought that it was something that was okay to do because that's what everyone else did or does still. So, or at least a lot of my friends do it. Um, yeah. So that habit, right, that you're doing every single day or every few days, if you just got rid of that habit, it would be massive. It would be a massive benefit if you completely got rid of that habit and replaced it with a good one, whether that's reading 10 pages or 5 pages of your book before you go to sleep at night instead of beating it. It's just etc. Like there's so many there's it's so worth it to replace bad habits with good ones because you're just building knowledge up. You're building experience up within that one skill or that habit instead of remembering porn star names, because I can name off too many. Um, yeah, it's harder to learn a new habit. No, it's harder to unlearn a bad habit than it is to learn a new one. Um, yeah, and like smoking, if you smoke every night or you drink every night, just try to replace that with a better one. Because I mean, there's been times in my life where I've smoked um, consistently, right? But that was because of other people in my environment. But I've never actually, well, sometimes I've put it into my life, but I was always around it where people that I was around always had it, so I never really needed to buy for myself. But there was a few times in my life where I did do it and purchase it on my own. So if I would have just replaced that with something else, I would have been a lot better off in the long run. Okay, alright, this is the segment where I talk about whatever I want to talk about. Um, I just got a little cheeky leg workout and ab workout I did. It is 11:30 at night, by the way, and I get to wake up at 2:45 tomorrow. So in a few hours, I'm about to go to sleep and I wake up at 2:45. So I can trade London session. Um, yeah, I got 160 squats in and 100 abs, and I just made it pretty difficult. Like every rep was very strenuous. I've been enjoying my trading week. It's about to be Friday. I'll get to trade London session in a few hours, which is a pleasure. That's the main thing that I look forward to now in my day is being able to trade because it's consumed a majority of my day trading for hours, and it's the thing that I look forward to the most. Just sitting there building satisfaction within me building discipline in my habits, right? Not giving in to FOMO, not giving in to greed, building patience, and understanding uh, more and more about trading and how the market moves, and I'm just building more and more conviction in my strategy day by day, and it's very enjoyable. Even though I can get on the charts and not take a trade, like today I did take a trade, but it ended up just becoming a I gained like 30-40 cents, and I was up $17 in profit. And if I could go back in time, I would tell myself to take that out, right? But it didn't even hit my first take profit yet. And that move that I was waiting on, it did end up happening. And it did hit my first TP, but it was after 12 p.m. If I'm not in a trade by like 11:30, I'm not going to get in that trade just to get off at 12 p.m. because that's or 12 yeah 12 p.m. That's whenever I get off the charts completely. I'm on the charts all the way from 3 a.m. to 12 p.m. and there's a little bit of time in between London session and New York session where the market starts to slow down and consolidate, and I'm not really on the markets that much. But if I enter into a trade, right, before in London session, I will most likely hold on to that session or that trade all the way into New York session, just because New York session, so it usually finishes off the move of London session. So I get a lot of volatile or a lot of orders to be placed into the markets to make my move go in the way that I wants to, or that I'm looking into my bias. So yeah, I've been enjoying trading. I'm excited to get after tomorrow. Uh, I kind of look forward to the weekends, but at the same time I don't, because I don't get to trade those days. But it does give me a couple of days to reflect and think about my trading week and think about the future and invest all that time that I would usually be investing in the trading into um, learning or gaining more experience during back testing. Um, yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to talk about for the day. All I can say is I need to do better. I'm not happy with today, even though I completed my list. But I think that might be what it is. I think that might be why I'm not trying or doing as much as I know that I could be doing. Is because my list is too easy. Like, I know I can take a nap during the day, wake up, and still be able to accomplish my list easily. I think it's my list that's too easy. And I just focus so much time and energy in the trading. So, but yeah, I'm excited for the future. I'm excited to continue trading, and I'm excited for the months to come and the years to come. Especially, I was on my bike this morning doing cardio, and I was just thinking about the future, and like, what if everything goes according to plan within the next 6 months to a year? And I understand that I shouldn't be thinking that deep into it. I should be thinking about the present. But I feel like the future is something that I definitely do need to think about, because the more that I envision it and think about it, the more better my plan is going to be. So it's excited to see where my vision for myself is going to be at in the next 6 months. It's very exciting. 6 months to a year. Yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I hope y'all have a blessed day. Thank you.